What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I feel like I haven't spoken with you guys in a minute. If you remember, a few weeks ago I made a video talking about road to 700, and that was basically my plan to build up the RSX to 700 horsepower. And my plan for that was to build the transmission with PPG gears, upgraded axles, upgrade the head, and redoing the complete fuel system. And all that's before even turboing the car. This is what I've gotten done so far. I ended up picking up a used transmission. This guy was selling it for super cheap on Facebook. He said that there was a third gear grind. And since I was going to replace everything inside the transmission, I got it anyways. The only reason why it's looking so fresh is because I already cleaned the outside and sprayed it. The transmission, it actually isn't done. This is just a bare transmission. I took everything out. Everything's laid out on the table. I'm planning on getting the Synchrotech Master Rebuild Kit and buying a limited slip differential. I just didn't know how expensive building a transmission would be. All the stuff that I was talking about put together is probably at least $5,000, and just for a transmission. Also, I was planning on trying to save some money by building the transmission myself. You've seen in the earlier episodes I built an engine, but the transmission, it's like a whole nother beast. It has so many layers, it's so intricate. Maybe just because I haven't tried my hands on one. Let me know if you think. Let me know your experiences with building a transmission, and do you think that this would be a suitable build for somebody who has little to no actual mechanic experience? Anyways, I also purchased a K20A2 head. This was also gotten for super cheap. The only problem I had with this was that the previous owner spray painted the whole head with this black spray paint, and it had sort of like a star flake to it. It took me forever to use this paint thinner that I mixed up and brushed on. It took me forever to get the black paint off. You can still see some of it there, a little bit over there. The plan with the head was to take off the valve spring, the valve, and bring it to the machine shop to get it bored and fitted for new exhaust valves, intake valves, valve guides, valve springs. So I actually started trying to take these things off with this Amazon tool that I got. How this works is that this guy bolts into these two existing holes, and you take, look how cheap this thing is, Amazon. And it had so many positive 5-star reviews. Look at this thing, it's just bent and metal shavings are coming off of it. So how this is supposed to work is that this sits on top like that, and this screw goes in compresses the spring, and then you're able to take the keepers out. What actually happened was that I did get one of them out, but this thing scratched the bejesus out of my head. See that divot right there? Luckily, I don't think that's gonna do anything. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna ruin the integrity of the head, but just to show you that even if an Amazon item has positive reviews, it's just better to go with something from a trusted brand, especially if you're working with your motor. So all this stuff is gonna cost a ton of money, and because of this whole COVID situation, unemployment being super high, and not knowing exactly what the future is gonna be like, I'm going to take a tiny pause from the more expensive bills like the transmission, the head, the axles, the fuel system, and I'm gonna work on some cosmetic stuff with the car. Hold on. Bring you out to the car, give you a little peek. It sucks that it's the summertime now, and I don't know how many of you have COVID on the mind and keeping your family safe, keeping yourself safe, or if you're that rebel going out. I don't know what you guys are doing, but anyways, here's the car. Not much has changed to it. I put on the summer rims and tires. These are works. What I'm planning to do in this tiny pause that we have right here during this whole COVID situation, I'm gonna redo the valve cover. You guys let me know in the comments what color you think I should do it. I was thinking of maybe some type of black, glossy black, maybe a wrinkled black, and also applying paint stripper to the intake manifold and basically just cleaning it up, making it brushed metal. I was also thinking about removing all these things, removing everything from the engine bay and painting the engine bay. As you guys have seen in the last videos, Matt and I wrapped this car, but what you don't know is when I wrapped the side view mirrors, some of this wrap is actually starting to peel now. So I'm thinking about hydro dipping the side view mirrors along with maybe a few other pieces. Now into the car. Because I don't drive this car that much anymore, I'm thinking about gutting the interior, taking out the rear seats. Nobody sits in here. I'm thinking about gutting this thing, making it a full-on track car. The other day when I was driving, I was shifting through the gears. Was in one, and I think I slammed it in two so hard that I broke the shifter linkage. So basically, it broke. I slammed it into second. It broke in second gear. So this thing this thing right here broke, and when I went to put it in third, the whole thing was loose. The whole shifter was loose because it wasn't connected to this rod anymore. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It was not connected to this rod anymore. So this thing was loose, trying to put it into third, and the shift lever just kept, it was basically completely loose. I thought the car was in neutral. It wouldn't go in any gear. I thought I broke the transmission actually. But when I dropped the RPMs, I realized that I was still in gear. And I got home, I couldn't find the exact size nut to go into this piece right here. So I ended up using a screw and a million washers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 washers here. I used an extra long screw with 6 washers. And every time I drive, I make sure that this is tight. So I'm thinking about upgrading this to the K-Tune billet shifter. It's a pretty good piece. Right now I have the Buddy Club short shifter. It's nice. It basically came from the previous owner. Nothing to complain about this thing. Let's go to the back. To strip the rear, take out the rear seats. Nobody sits in this car besides me. Take out this, leave the spare tire, possibly take out all this plastic trim, and paint the interior black from maybe where the mid crossbar is. Got it completely painted black. Nobody really sits in this car besides me now, so I think these will be the next future videos. Building the head, building the transmission. Again, like I said, it's where the car is eventually going to go, but right now, because the future is so uncertain, there's just so much wrong that's going around in the world that I want to make sure I build the car slowly. Yeah, so let me know in the comments, guys, what you want to see first. Whether you want to see me gut the rear, hydro dip the mirrors, paint the valve cover, the intake manifold. I think these things would probably be the first things. Maybe I'll call a buddy over, we'll drop the motor, paint the bay. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. Trying to get as much content out there for you guys as I can. I just want to say thank you guys for keeping up with the channel so far. Hope everybody's being safe out there. Hope everybody's safe and healthy out there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace, guys.